Sheppard here with Ask Men, and today we are talking Mother's Day with our ultimate Mother's Day toolkit to give you all the tips you need as this very important holiday is about to arrive on us this Sunday. We're here all week. We popped in yesterday, we're here today, tomorrow, and Thursday, and every day with a different group of terrific panelists. So I think a great place to start is to introduce today's really great group of panelists. Why don't we start? Why don't you say hi, Elisa, to everybody, tell us who you are and what brings you here.
Hi guys, I'm Elisa Benson. I'm the social media editor for Cosmopolitan magazine, and I've written a few Mother's Day articles for our website, cosmopolitan.com. So I don't have a baby with me, but I'm not actually a mom, but I'm here to talk Mother's Day.
Well, no, we don't give any spoilers about the big arrival of the baby. We haven't gotten there yet.
Sorry, I'm giving it all away.
Des, why don't you say hello?
Hey, my name is Desiree Velasco. I'm coming from Orange County, and I am a mom slash boom blogger. And yeah, I'm a mom, and I'm here to talk about Mother's Day stuff. So.
Okay, well, that's good. So are we. So we're all in the right place. I like it. And last but definitely not least, the notorious Gavin McInnes is here with a special guest. Gavin?
Gavin is not here. I am Kim Jong-un. And I'm going to blow up America. You have invaded our rights for too long. America is going down, and we have nuclear capabilities.
Oh, no.
I killed Gavin, and I will kill the rest of America. I hate you.
Oh, man. Did Gavin leave any recorded message at all or anything?
Guys, this was my son.
It was a joke. Okay, that is you. You are there. Relief.
Yeah,
you guys, this is off to a totally normal start.
I like it already.
I feel bad. I'm sorry. I didn't want to scare you. I'm sure everyone's freaking out.
Everyone's a bit panicked. A few people have left the office here already, but it's okay. We're going to move past it, Gavin. But why don't you tell us who you really are? Sound effects. Amazing.
Just kidding.
My God, I'm in a panic over here.
Yeah, I shouldn't do that. My name is Gavin. I run a bunch of stuff, an ad agency called Rooster and a website called streetcarnage.com. Okay.
Well, that's a lot less terrifying than having nuked all of America, so we can all move on to less daunting topics like Mother's Day. So yesterday we talked a lot about gift giving and how to handle that, but today we're going to get a little bit more into the do's and don'ts because, man, people make all sorts of mistakes. I think guys make all sorts of mistakes when it comes to buying gifts, and AskMen tries to help them as much as possible. So here we are. We're going to go across a panel of very, very well-experienced and talented people to guide us through the process. So let's just start with a little bit. I'm going to just go right to you, Gavin. I mean, you're a father over there. You've got some family experience. When you talk do's and don'ts, what jumps to your mind when it comes to Mother's Day?
Well, I think the biggest mistake people make with Mother's Day is they forget what it's about, and it's about being a mom. And the first thing a mom wants to see on Mother's Day is the kids. You know, get them on the bed, get her out of bed early, get the kids around her. She wants to be surrounded by her children, and she wants to make a nice breakfast for everyone. And while she's cooking and preparing meals, make sure that the kids are always surrounding her throughout the day.
Wait, Gavin, you know this is Mother's Day. It's not Father's Day. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yes, but it's a day where mothers can bask in their offspring, and they love having the kids around, and they love cooking, and you know what? They kind of like cleaning on Mother's Day because it's therapeutic. So get her maybe a Zwifter or a present like that, or a fun vacuum. What's that vacuum with the ball on it that the British guy made? What's that one called? The Zyklon B? No, that's the Nazis had that. What, a Jonas? Anyway, get her a fancy vacuum cleaner.
So put her to work, surround her with children, get her. That's going in Gavin's do column. Elisa, I've got to ask you to help me out here. What do you think about that?
Well, it's so funny because I texted my mom in anticipation of this, you know, Mother's Day do's and don'ts, and the first thing she said was no irons, which I don't know if an iron is in the same category as a vacuum and all the other, but apparently Gavin's method, it sounds like my dad has actually tried. But yeah, I would say the most important don't is don't forget.
Don't forget. Yeah, that is a very good one. In fact, that was going to lead me to another question. I'll save that a little bit for later. But that's very good advice. I think, Des, do Do you agree that that's probably the worst possible don't?
That is the worst thing you could ever do because, I mean, it's just like any woman's birthday. You're going to want everyone to know that it's your birthday. It's your special day. So kind of Mother's Day is in the same realm. And if you forget, you're basically, I believe you're in the doghouse for sure.
Well, let me ask you, I mean, I got to ask, Kevin, if, in all seriousness, if I forgot or if I did exactly what you suggested, what is worse? What is the bigger don't?
I would say you're in shit for both of those. No, the secret to Mother's Day is the opposite of what I said. She doesn't want to be reminded that she's a mother, so get the kids out of there. I don't even think breakfast in bed, they don't really want burnt toast. They want to make their own breakfast quietly. They do weird shit with like an egg and hot sauce, and you'll never be able to make the weird breakfast they like. They don't even have the yellow part of the egg. They just have the white part. You can't read their mind. And women, I don't know why, but their favorite thing in the world is to sit in bed for hours surrounded by magazines. So you get them a bunch of magazines and let them make their own breakfast, and you just get the kids out of there.
That sounds easy enough to do, and actually probably some really great advice. Guys, is that, Des, do you think that sounds like a solid Mother's Day for you?
Yes, that's exactly what I need. Maybe even like a foot massage or... Yeah, foot massage helps a little bit.
I agree with you. I'm just amazed at how lazy women are. I mean, when I like to do, I want to go to a racetrack and I want to shoot a cow with a bazooka or something.
We're tired.
I'd like to lie down all day, maybe get a foot massage, and then maybe have another nap. Like, women can sleep for 12 hours. How? After 8 hours, I'm lying in bed going, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, well, it does seem that most of the Mother's Day do's tend to involve letting the mother take a real break. Are things, at least there are things that brutal that every Mother's Day is really about just giving them a complete break?
I mean, when I babysit kids for like an hour, I need a nap afterwards. So when you are doing it full time, yes, on Mother's Day, you just want to rest and relax. And I love I'm biased because I work in a magazine, but I love the idea of just like loading her up with a bunch of magazines. And
you know what I love about Mother's Day is that it somehow has turned out that you guys will be willing to put up with this for 364 days a year, and all we do is have one day where we got to give you the rest. Is that, Kevin, is that an accurate proportion?
Let's cut this shit here. Mom is the easiest job. Oprah says it's the hardest job in the world. Yeah, it's really hard watching TV while kids nap. And look how cute they are. Oh, it's really hard hanging out with this all day. That's a real chore.
I'm still terrified from the first incident, so I'm not sure if I trust him yet.
You want it hard? Try being a bike messenger in Quebec in the winter, okay? Changing diapers and hanging out with cute people is easy.
So let me ask you this, guys. If Mother's Day is approaching, let's say you woke up and you just realized, and I'll throw this to Gavin as the other male here, and you forgot Mother's Day. What would you do for that last minute? You got to do something. What would you do for a last minute thing? Would you really go with the magazine plan or something more creative? Is it, anything come to mind?
Well, we've all been in the doghouse. The secret to doghouse is very simple. They like dark chocolate, which I find to be quite gross. They like flowers, pretty rudimentary. Weird ones, though. Don't get roses. Get, like, some weird white skinny thing. And, yeah, it's going to take 3 days, really. Just be on your best behavior, stay out of her hair, and you may even have to buy jewelry. They like Tiffany's, I think, has some little heart thing that they're nuts about. It's like $300. They're a weird species. They have these very particular tastes.
Yeah, we're a lot easier to shop for probably, which we'll talk about afterwards. Guys, let me ask you this, Des. Do you think that forgetting Mother's Day is worse than giving a horrible, like a really bad, poorly thought through gift?
Yeah. Because at least you tried. There was some sort of effort, and you failed miserably at the effort, but at least you went for it versus not doing anything at all. So I think, to me, that's a bigger don't, definitely, just forget, because then it just shows, like, I don't know, like, you just don't care.
So even if I'm driving home from work, picking up some scratch lottery tickets in a car, that's still... Okay, that's good.
There's a thought.
I'm going to write that one down. Elisa, any thoughts on that? Forgetting versus awful lottery cards?
I mean, I feel, as we said, don't forget, but, like, I think even the flowers, which is normally my go-to for my mom, it's like I think she always just kind of assumes that I forgot and then I had to send her flowers in the last minute. So as soon as I get off this call, I'm going to send my mom a card because in the good old-fashioned snail mail, because then she'll know that I didn't forget. And everyone should do that today. If you mail it today, it'll be there by Sunday.
That's a good tip. I'm going to do that right now. I'm actually
right now, right this second.
Gavin, let me ask you a question. As you know, one of the things that we touched upon yesterday is that wives are part of your Mother's Day obligations, mothers as well. Is it a delicate kind of balancing act to make sure you don't overgift to the mom and the wife gets upset, or vice versa?
I don't really pay attention to my mom on Mother's Day. I mean, we're done. I moved out when I was 18. We sort of, I don't even know when her birthday is. I guess I'll call her and say thanks or something, but, you know, when they're 64, it's like, how many times can you say Happy Mom Day, Happy Mom Day, Happy 64th Mother's Day, or no, not quite, 44th, whatever. But I find with my wife, I was just thinking, I've never got her a gift that she liked. I got her a Lonsdale bag. She hated that. I got her a Visu denim coat. That went in the garbage. The only time I get her a present she likes is when she asks. And, you know, when you have a shared bank account, I don't even really get gifts. I mean, I don't understand them. So I think magazines, just go say to the guy.
All the magazines.
Just what are the top magazines that you these days?
That is the fail-safe.
Celebrity one, you got to get the celebrity. No matter how intellectual she is, she likes to read those stupid Us Weekly Star things. Get those. But you can't
anything with Kim Kardashian.
But it's the best. When you made that joke earlier, neither of the girls shook their heads like, oh, God, no. They were both nodding in complete approval. That sounds like a brilliant plan. So well done on that.
I would also say, Gavin, if your wife is your wife on Pinterest, because that's where women pin all the things they secretly hope that their husbands will buy them.
Are you on Pinterest? I did not know that. Okay, I'll check that.
Wow, live feed to actual progress just happened right there, right before our very eyes. This is very productive.
I got to Google that after we're done.
I love it. What about you, Lisa? What do you think about kind of balancing the mother and the wife? You know, is there some? I know some guys probably worry that, you know, maybe they have these kind of tenuous relationships with mothers-in-laws and so forth. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think the do there is do the same thing. It's too big of a day to make anybody feel like they got the shaft gift. So just don't even go there. You know, call them both, spend the same amount of money on both of them. I think that's just a good rule of thumb.
What? That's crazy talk. Are you kidding?
Why is that crazy, Gavin? Why is that so insane?
Because that's bordering on incest. You don't get your mom the same kind of present you get your wife.
I think she meant spend the same amount of attention or money. Don't necessarily get the exact same thing.
No.
Let's try and keep incest out of the Mother's Day dialogue, but thank you. Dad, what do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I think the wife is more definitely.
Hold on,
more.
Everyone pause. Gavin has something important to say. Gavin?
I think that Mother's Day is the most important day of the year.
Well, there's no going back from that, and it's definitely going to be hard to top that. I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to let that one play out as it is. Des, you can try again. I'm not making any promises that it's not going to get more difficult.
I guess, you know what? Let's just stop there. We'll
I think you've actually gone speechless on this, so I'll keep moving. Let me ask you a specific question then, Des. What do you think? Okay. Why are guys generally bad at gift giving? I find that some guys are a bit creative, but generally the consensus is that guys need advice. I mean, we're here on Ask Men. We have these Ask Men Mother's Day buyer's guide. We're trying to help guys out. Women tend to always show up with the right gifts, traditionally speaking. Guys kind of screw it up. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think because, I mean, I don't know if this is a general consensus, but I think women are much more thoughtful than men. So we're constantly thinking about things to get them that's from the heart, per se, whereas guys are just like, oh, she'll like this. We'll just get her this T-shirt or whatnot. She might like this, but feels like there's no real thought into it.
Well, it sounds like you've really upset someone over in Gavin's corner, but
yeah.
I don't think he's allowed to weigh in just yet because he's not even able to buy a gift. Elisa, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say that I feel like you should pay attention to the kind of gifts that your wife has given you. For instance, I feel like a lot of us women are really into the photo gifts, you know, like making the calendar of photos or making the like notepad of photos, all those kinds of things, a little bit sentimental. So if you have a wife that's giving a lot of gifts like that, you know, surprise her and do one for her.
I think that's good advice. Gavin?
I agree.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Des.
No, I agree. I actually think some of the best gifts that I've gotten have all been surprises. My fiance, he likes to pretend like I'm not getting any gifts whatsoever, and then he always ends up surprising me with the most random thing, and I'm left there stumped thinking, you know, you did horribly, and then he surprises me something with grandiose.
I always found the surprise thing a really tough angle, is because you really run the risk of for 2 weeks your significant other thinking you're a complete tool, and then you're like, surprise, you hated me for 2 weeks, but I pulled out all the stops, and it's pretty amazing. Gavin, what do you think about the surprise move? And really, I mean, I figure you probably haven't done too many surprises in your day, but what do you think about that?
Just to be clear, because we keep going back and forth with one's own mom and one's wife who's a mom. If you are living at home, then yeah, you should get your mom something, I don't know, flowers or whatever. But if you move out and you're an adult and you're buying your mother gifts and you're a man, you're a pussy. And
I totally disagree.
Controversial words.
I think you should be ashamed of your relationship with your mother, Gavin.
I don't think you would blow a guy who bought his mom a nice gift on Mother's Day. It's not manly. It's for wimps. Well, you should call your mom about once a week maximum. If you call your mom more than that and you buy her gifts, you never moved out. You're a pussy.
Yeah.
Now, as far as your wife goes,
no, wait a second. Buying your mom a gift on Mother's Day is not the same as calling her every week and sending a gift every week or whatever you just said. We are in a fight.
You can call your mom. Let's just establish the rules here. You cannot call your mom more than once a week as a grown adult male, and you cannot get her more than flowers every Mother's Day. Now, as far as your wife goes,
flowers are fine.
Okay, so we're agreed. We're agreed. Okay. Now, as far as your wife goes, the first Mother's Day, I brought my wife to the botanical gardens in a limousine, and I really splurged because it was her first Mother's Day. After that, I've just gotten less and less good as a husband, and now it's just like, here's a magazine and a piece of toast. I got to go to the bar.
Wow. Well, it sounds like at least she's still getting the toast. We'll see what happens next year. It might not even get toasted. It might just be a sad piece of bread.
There you go.
We'll have to tune in and find out. What do you think about the idea of I mean, a lot of the gift ideas that people talk about go into the take a trip, a restaurant, or all these kind of nice things. What about for your wife getting a kind of a sexual-based gift for Mother's Day? Is that a no-no, or should you really be celebrating her as a mom, or is it an opportunity to maybe get something in that vein as well? What do you think, Des?
I don't have any problems with it, to be honest. I mean, it's just there's nothing wrong with getting your wife a nice dildo or some anal beads or whatever. I mean, as long as she's definitely going to enjoy it. If she's a prude or she's not into any of that stuff, then I definitely wouldn't go down that route. But if she needs something new, maybe some, I don't know, lingerie, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Okay, it could be a nice gift anyway. Okay, anal beads. Writing that one down too. Lisa, where do you land on anal beads?
Where do I land on anal beads?
Well,
something we think about, right? Something we think about all day long at Cosmo. I say I would actually recommend being careful about any kind of really sexual gift, because you don't want to feel like you don't want to make it about you. You don't want to make it about your fantasy and projecting it onto her on a day that's supposed to be all about her. However, if she has like been dropping mad hints about the anal beads, then do it.
Okay.
I would just make sure it's what she wants.
Okay, Gavin, where do you think about this?
I actually know firsthand. I got my mom anal beads a couple of years ago, and she said, "What are these?" And she showed up at a Christmas dinner wearing them. She thought it was just a cheap plastic necklace. So I wouldn't recommend getting your mom anal beads. And as far as your wife goes, I got my wife a blowjob coupon, and it said, "This entitles you to one free blowjob whenever you want to give one." And I think she cherishes it because she still has it. She hasn't cashed it in.
She's framed it.
I think she's saving it for a super special. That was 4 years ago, actually, today.
Well, I think that's you can hold out hope. You might still get it.
Let's again cut the shit. Married women don't like sex, okay? The last time they had sex, a 14-pound human came screaming out of their vagina. It's like Pavlov's dogs. They've been trained not to like sex. So let's just take sex out of the equation. All they like is sleeping and magazines.
Is that your wife leaving the room behind you, Gavin? That's it? She's, yeah. Okay, good.
She can't handle the truth.
Wow, so much to think about here, guys. Let's just try to head towards a conclusion here. Elisa, if you had to talk about one real do and one real don't, kind of some broad terms on Mother's Day, what would you say?
I guess this is sort of a do. I wanted to throw out a plug for this website I just heard about called sugarwish.com, and you can send a little Mother's Day e-card to your mom, and then she gets to pick out candy off the website, and it will arrive at her door a few days later. So I think that can be kind of a good last minute. It's an e-card, so you can send it day of, but feels like kind of a cute last minute alternative to flowers, especially if you have a mom with the sweet tooth.
And you said whatever you do, don't forget.
Don't forget. Send the card today. Do it.
Okay, Des, what do you think?
If I had a do, I would definitely say cook dinner, breakfast, lunch, I don't know, something. Try your hand at burnt toast or whatever. And then if I don't, I would definitely not do gift cards. I think they're just as impersonal as cash. So.
Okay, yeah, that's probably very good advice. Gavin, I'm scared to ask do's and don'ts.
I'd agree with most of those. I think the big do's are magazines, leisure. Get the kids out of her hair 100%. She doesn't want to know they're there. She doesn't want to know she has a vagina. So get sex and kids totally out of the equation. Just get out of there, basically. Those are all do's. And then the big don'ts go, if you are married and your wife has a kid, don't really focus on your real mom. She's kind of done. You have a new mom now, and that's where your attention should go.
Wow, that's actually really helpful advice, I think, to end on. Guys, I can't thank you all enough for being here. It has certainly been entertaining. There's been discussion of many things. There's even been some male nudity, which I did not expect to have happen on this Google Hangout. Thank you for that, Gavin. But seriously, guys, thanks so much. I think there's some helpful tips. And for all of you guys watching, make sure to check our buyer's guide if you decide to go the route of the gift, which I think is a good idea from where I'm sitting. Check out our buyer's guide on Ask Men. And thank you to Elisa. Thank you, Des. Thank you, Gavin. And what was your son's name, Gavin?
My son's name is Button Up Your Shirt, You Look Like a Gay Rodeo Clown. But,
thank you very much. It's a great note to end on.
Just abbreviate it to John.
Thanks, Gavin. You got me good. Take it